Agent Development Kit from Google, in short Google ADK, is a flexible and very easy to use framework to develop and deploy AI agents. It is coming from Google, so it is very well integrated with Google ecosystem like Gemini or Vertex AI platform. But it is not limited to that only. ADK can be used with any LLM model or it can be deployed anywhere. In this video, we will build a simple web search agent and deploy it on Agent Engine in GCP. Agent Engine is a service from GCP which takes care of the infrastructure when we deploy agents into production. With this service, we don't have to worry about scaling and compute resources. But before all of this, what is an agent? Imagine an AI assistant that not only chats with you, but also books your flights, plan your trips, analyze your business data, and even calls other AI services for help, all on its own. That's what an AI agent is. An AI agent is a system that can reason, plan, take actions just like a human assistant, who can make decisions and use some tools to complete certain tasks. Agents mainly consist of LLM and tools. LLM helps agents to work with human language. It also enables agents to reason and plan actions. If I want to book a flight, I don't have to fill out a form. I can just ask to book a flight for me for a particular date. If I miss to provide destinations, then LLM will ask for more information and then book the flight for me. This brings us to tools. Like LLM cannot book a flight by itself. It needs tools to perform certain tasks. Tools can be as simple as Google search. LLM cannot search the internet by itself. It needs some tools to search on its behalf. Similarly, a tool can be like actually booking a flight by calling some API to Amadeus or any other platform. A tool can be a query to a database to collect some information. So tools provide capabilities to agents. So agent workflow starts when the user submits a query or a prompt. The agent uses LLM for reasoning, understanding what the user needs. It knows the available tools. Then it creates a plan of action like which tools to call with what input. Then those tools will be called and their output is sent back to the LLM to generate the final response. Multiple tools can be called, and the same tool can be called multiple times until an LLM decides that the response looks good enough as per the user query. And then the final response will be sent out to the user. Combine this together, LLM and tools, we call it an agent. But what if one agent is not enough? Some tasks are too big for one assistant to handle. That's where multi-agent system comes in. In this system, there will be multiple agents collaborating like a team of experts. For example, a trip planner agent can have multiple aspects to it. It should be able to list destinations, tourist attractions for which agent has to be integrated with Google Maps. The agent has to be able to list flights, book or cancel flights, and not only flights, but similarly for trains, buses, and even hotel booking should be available. Putting all of this into one single agent might not be feasible. It would be better to split it into separate agents, one for each domain. So we can have a map agent, train agent, flight agent, bus agent, and hotel agent. And then we have a parent agent which collaborates between all of them, which we are going to call trip planner agent. User only interact with trip planner agent and don't worry about others. Each agent specializes in a domain. They share the results, refine the plans, and deliver a complete trip, just like a human travel agent, but fully automated. This is what a multi-agent system looks like. Now let's see how we can build our first agent using Google ADK. We are going to build a very simple agent with just a Google search tool. And Google search is actually a built-in tool that comes with ADK. So this can be done very easily. As a prerequisite, you must have Python installed on your local and then create a Python environment and activate it using this command. My virtual environment is already set up. Now you installed Google ADK. Now just to confirm our ADK is installed properly, run ADK --help. It should not give us any error. Once ADK is set up, ADK expect us to follow this folder structure. So inside our main folder, we should have a folder. The name of the folder can be same as agent name. Inside this folder, we should have agent.py file and init file. Agent.py file is the main agent definition file. In this file, we are importing google.adk.agent. So that's a base agent class from Google ADK. And we are importing from tools, we are importing Google search. So that's an inbuilt tool that's coming from ADK. We can also define our custom Python functions and add it as a tools in ADK agents. And this is the agent definition. We have to provide the name, LLM model which we are going to use. So we are going to use Gemini 2.0 Flash. And then we have to provide the description, like what this agent actually does. And then we have to provide the instructions for the agent to follow. In our case, we just provided like you are a helpful AI assistant that uses Google search to find information. Be polite and concise in your response. Ask clarifying questions if needed. And this is the most important, we have to provide the tools. So tools can be a list, so there can be multiple tools attached to the same agent. For now, we just added Google search as a one single tool for this agent. And this entire agent definition is going as a variable root agent. And then we have the init file. It is just a placeholder. We have to import the agent file only from agent.py. So that's it actually. This is the folder structure we have to keep. Now I can run this agent locally, but the only problem is I have not authenticated the LLM calls to Gemini. So for that purpose, and we are also going to deploy this agent to Agent Engine in GCP. So I will suggest we all should create a GCP project. So you should have a GCP project set up. Just create an account. If you don't have, create a project by going from here and create a new project. Just follow the instructions and enable the billing for those projects as well. And we should also enable the Vertex AI APIs. To do that, we can just go to Agent Engine. Just search Agent Engine. And once you're on Agent Engine, you should see a pop-up if your APIs are not enabled. Just follow the instructions and enable the APIs. And for the deployment purpose, we also need a GCS bucket. So you can just go to GCS, Cloud Storage, go to buckets, and then create a new bucket from here. I have already created a bucket. You should also install gcloud on your local. I have already installed gcloud. You also, once gcloud installed, run gcloud init, follow the instructions, and then run gcloud auth application default login. So this will authenticate us to GCP. Once logged in through gcloud, our agent, which will be running on local, will be able to call Gemini LLMs. Now we need to set up the environment variable file .env file. We have to provide this variable. Google Gen AI use Vertex AI true. We are going to use Vertex AI platform and then Google Cloud project. We also need to provide location and GCS bucket. And this is only required for the deployment part. For running the agent locally, it is not required. Now To run this agent locally, all I have to run is agent ADK web and hit enter. That's it. So our agent is started and our agent is running at this particular URL. Just copy this URL, go to the browser and paste it. So this UI comes with ADK to help us debug agents locally. We can have multiple agents. So this is a drop down for that. For now, we just have one agent. If there are multiple, we can see that through this list and we can select which agent we want to debug and interact with. For now, we are going to just select Google search agent. And here is the session ID. If you want to create a new session, you can just hit new session and this ID will get updated. We can also enable token streaming. We can delete the current session or we can export the current session as well if required. And we can chat with our agent here. So I can just ask, what is the weather today in Delhi? It will call the LLM. So here we can see it used Google search tool and we can just right click and open this URL. What exactly did LLM search? So it actually searched weather in Delhi today. And based on the output, it gave us this response. So here we can also see the trace. We can see all the steps involved in producing the final response and what time it took for each of the steps. Then we can see the events, all the events and the traces here. We also have the state, artifacts, and sessions, which we can access from here. So this is how we can run our agent locally and access it through the chat window in our browser. Now let's see how we can deploy our agent to agent engine. We have already set up our GCP project. We have Vertex AI APIs enabled and the billing should also be enabled. We have created the GCP bucket for which will be used for the deployment. Now we can deploy the agent via CLI and this is our command. Let's create this command for our use case. So our project is coming from Google Cloud project as an environment variable. We have already set up that in our env file. We can again, just to make sure, we'll do source.env. Then we have Google Cloud location, which is nothing but the region. We have the staging bucket and the display name is going to be Google search agent. And this is the folder where our agent definition code is present. So it is present inside Google search agent folder, which is we have provided here. Now just copy this command and submit here. It will take some time to complete. Now the deployment is complete and we can see the agent engine is equal to this. And this is our project ID, the location US Central 1. And this is our agent ID. We can see the agent by going through the agent engine URL. We just have to refresh. And this is our agent, Google search agent. You can just click on it and see its details. We can see the API URLs here. We can access this agent through this query URL or stream query URL. We can also see the deployment details and we can see the sessions and all the metrics like how many queries per second is coming to this agent, what is the latency, what is the error ratio. Now let's try to access and call this agent through a curl command through stream query URL. So we have that command here. So we have to provide the project details. So those things are available here. project till agent engine ID. So we don't need project, location, reasoning engine, agent engine ID, and then we have to provide the stream query function. So we have to provide authorization bearer. That will be an access token that we can get through the jcloud command. And this is our payload we have to provide. Class method would be stream query, and the input would be the message that we want to send. So like, when did Real Madrid played his last match and what was the outcome? And user ID can be a random user ID. So just copy this command and hit enter. Yeah, so it gave us the response. Response has a lot of things, but the main output is here. Real Madrid last match was against Mallorca in La Liga on 30th August. And Real Madrid won the match by 2-1. So you can see we are able to access the agent successfully. We could also use Python to deploy our agent instead of using the ADK deploy command. For this purpose, I've created this deploy.py file. You can go through this file, but to deploy, all we have to do is Python deploy.py, and it will deploy our agent to agent engine. That's it for this video. Make sure to delete your deployed agent if not required anymore. It will continue to incur cost. For this, you have to first delete all the sessions. And then go back here and delete this deployed agent. In this video, we made a very basic agent with an inbuilt tool and deployed it on Agent Engine. We can make custom tools, integrate with any other GCP services or external APIs as well. We can build multi-agent systems using ADK, which can interact using A2A protocol. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much.